All right. Welcome back to another episode of A Word with Erica. Hi, my fellow regular individuals. Hope everything is going well with you. I have a question. Do you have any friends? Okay. What kind of question is that? What's wrong with you? Why do you keep asking us these crazy questions? Okay. Today, I really want to talk about friendships. Do you have any friends? Do you have any true friends? What do you define as a friend? So I was taking a peek on the Google, and back in my day, there were pretty much about three different types of friendship: a friend, a best friend, and acquaintances or associates. But as I was checking the Google, there are over 20 types of friendships out here in the world. Okay. So you have your lifelong friends, and these are friends that you've known for a very long time, maybe since middle school, high school, elementary, friends that could potentially be friends for life. Then you have your best friends. These are the people you are most genuine. You can be your most authentic self with and complete comfort. You don't have to worry about being judged or anything. You have your close friends, your group friends, casual friends. Let's see what that is. Type of friend that we hang out with on a semi-regular basis, go to movies or something. You have your work friends, your acquaintances, convenience friends. Those are the type of friends that you want to go to the gym with, that when it's convenient, they can be your friend. You have a historic friend, a loyal friend, childhood friends, ideal friend, the fun. Then you branch off into the type of friend each individual is. Good friends, a good listener, a close confidant, ambivalent friends, the adventurer. Then, of course, you have your fake friends, your first friends, and flaky friends. And I just thought that was very interesting how the word friend has evolved over time, and just there's so many subcategories of friends. So, speaking of friends, I think it was so funny the other day. My daughter told me, "Mommy, not to be funny, but you don't have any friends." And while most people would get a little offended, I couldn't do anything but laugh. I thought it was absolutely hilarious because she's right. I mean, I have friends. I have a best friend. I have good friends. I have close friends. I have lifelong friends. So there's so many ways you can define a friend. So I want you to take a step back and look at yourself, and what kind of friends you have around you. Do you have those friends that are convenience friends? They call you out of the blue, or when they need something, or when it's convenient for them to be friends when all of their other friends are gone? Do you have those friends that are flaky? Friends that you invite out, or friends that when you invite them out, they say they're going to come, but then they don't come, or sometimes they don't answer the phone, or a lot of times they don't answer the phone. It's the hit or miss kind of friendship. Do you have a true friend where the friendship is reciprocated? Do you have a best friend where you feel like you can be your true, authentic self, where you can act a plumb fool and they won't judge you? In fact, they will be right there with you, joining in on this foolery. Or do you have friends that you can talk to, a confidant? They're your unofficial therapist. Let's see. Let's look at my friendships growing up. Growing up, I think I had friends that were convenience friends, but we were all kids as well. So I had friends that, were there because they were community friends, because they were in the neighborhood that I lived in. And, we talked because we live close to one another and our parents were around each other. So that warranted a close connectiveness with us as well. So we called them friends. Of course, you have your family friends, which would be your family that you consider your friends. I don't have any friends. I just have my sister or my sisters or my brother. So what kind of friendships did you have growing up? Then on the flip side of that, what kind of friend are you? Now, this is the time where I want to take a mirrored image of myself and my friend in my friendships. What kind of friend am I? Let's evaluate what kind of friend you are. Growing up, I thought I was a pretty good friend. I was always there for the individuals that needed me. We'd hang out, we'd schedule things, we'd do things together, go on the playground or, walk to school together. But I can be honest, I can honestly say that I didn't always know how to treat my friends. In fact, I used to get in trouble because my mom would say, Erica, you don't know how to treat your friends. You don't know how to treat people. And sometimes I was mean to them. Sometimes I didn't want to be their friends. I didn't want to talk to them. But nevertheless, I was always there for my friends. But I just didn't know that I had all these emotional things going through my head that sometimes I couldn't be a friend. I didn't want to be a good friend. I didn't know how to treat people. I was mean to my friends. But on my end, I consider myself a good friend. In college, so I didn't know how to treat people up until high school. In college, I wanted to do something different. So I reverted and I switched over to being the over friendly individual, where I didn't want to be everyone's friends, but the people that I was friends with, I did way too much for. I did everything for. And then after college, after I grew up, had kids and everything, and here I am now trying to find a balance of what kind of friend I should be. Being able to say no when I can't do it or I don't want to do it, and not having to offer an explanation for why I can't do it or why I'm unable to or don't want to. So trying to find a balance, I always felt like I attracted individuals that used me. So the type of individual I am, I feel like I am a helper. I am a helper and I am a caregiver, and I always want to do things for others because it makes me feel good. If I'm being honest, it makes me feel good to help others out. But it seemed like those were the type of people I attracted. People that wanted me to do something for them, that needed me to do something for them, and they knew I would always say yes. And that wasn't always the best type of friendship to have, because I got tired. I get tired of being used. And I feel like the only people that want to be my friend are people who want to use me, because they, like, what is it about me that attracts those kind of individuals that make people want to use me? Because I will help them and I'm not going to question them or make them feel bad because I can't do anything. What kind of friend are you? What kind of people do you attract? What kind of friends do you have? Do you have those people that you feel like are your true friends, that you can go openly communicate what's going on with you? Do you have the kind of friends that use you? Do you have the kind of friends that only call you when it's convenient for them? Do you have friends that always want to party? Do you have those kind of friends that you're not sure if they're a real friend or not? Won't you take a peek at Google, look up all of these different types of friendships, and evaluate your life and the type of friends you have? I've had friends that have stopped talking to me out of the blue, whether it be I did something to them and I didn't know about it, or they felt a way about me and decided that they wanted nothing else to do with me. Those kind of friendships hurt, especially if you've been friends for so long and then all of a sudden it's just like poof. Like, where'd they go? What did I do? And it leaves you unresolved. And that's another one that I want to talk about. Not right now, but I'll talk about it later on. But I've always considered myself a really good friend. I'm going to be there. I'm going to help you. But I want the friendship to be reciprocated. I don't want to be used. No one wants to be used. That doesn't feel good. So look at yourself. And I do believe a friendship needs expectations. It needs a set of boundaries. And it needs open and clear communication. Just like any other relationship in your life requires those three things. Even if you've been friends with someone for a really long time or for a while and you just feel like things aren't going as you expected or you would like for them to go, call your friend up. Have a conversation with your friend. Hey friend, it's me. I love you, but we need to talk. Like, we need to have an open and honest talk. I don't like the way things are going right now. This is not what I expected. Or if you're evolving and your friendships are not, and you see, if you want your friend to be on a different level and you can help them get there, sit down and have that conversation as well. But make sure it's open and it's honest. Even if you didn't set any expectations or boundaries up in the beginning, you can always do that. And I do believe that a true friend and a real friend will be okay with that. They're going to be able to say, hey, I understand where you're coming from. Even if you have to say, I can't be a friend right now. I can't give you what you need. I can't give you what you're used to. This is not what I want right now. I do believe that a real friend will be able to understand that. And they'll be okay with that. They'll be okay with waiting. They'll be okay with space and time, because you're not going to always talk to your friend every single day, especially as adults. You're an adult. You have jobs. You have children. You need a me time to take care of yourself. You can't give all you have in a friendship and still be present for yourself in your real life. But have those conversations with your friend if you need to. Say, hey, we didn't do this before, but I think we need to sit down and set some expectations for this friendship, especially those that you hope to continue. Sit down and say, hey, these are my boundaries. Over the years or over time, you've crossed those boundaries and I don't like that. Do you think we can sit down and discuss boundaries? What are your boundaries? What are your expectations in this friendship as well? Because it's not a one way. It's not one-sided. It's two-sided. And everybody needs to understand one another's boundaries, triggers, expectations, all those things in order for friendship to thrive and to, continue to grow. We all want to grow as individuals, but people we care about, we want those friendships to grow as well. Also, are you the type of friend that if somebody is not on your level or you don't see them, like you've grown a little bit and they're still a little bit stagnant, are you the type of friend that's going to drop your friends because they're not on your level? Or are you going to encourage them to be a better version of themselves? We can do that as friends as well. But sometimes we do outgrow people. We outgrow our friends that we used to play with, go to the club, those type of friends, or friends that anytime we wanted to have a good time, those are the friends we call. Sometimes we outgrow them, and that's okay. But I do believe that communication is the key to starting, maintaining, or even ending a friendship. Anytime I've ended a relationship with anybody, just because this is my personal belief, I believe that they are due an explanation. And we don't have to explain, and they don't have to explain to me. But I think it causes less damage and less hurt if we can sit down and have that conversation. Not going to always end the best or the way we expect it to, but I've always been able to say, hey, this is what's going on. I don't think we can be friends right now because of X, Y, and Z. That's just who I am, and that's how I operate. Because I know how it feels to be unfriended and didn't know why. And everybody's not going to offer you an explanation, and you're not going to offer everyone one. And that's okay. But take a look at the type of people you attract, and the type of friends you are, and the type of friendships you would like in the future, now and in the future. Because those friendships directly affect who you are as a person. And it's crazy because of all of these 20 plus types of friendships, we behave differently for the most part. So say I have my church group of friends, I have my school group of friends, I have my work group of friends, I have my hangout group of friends. And so in each of those instances, sometimes we behave and we act, or we are just completely different. And that's okay. But are you being your true, authentic self? Because I believe across all of those friendships, everyone should be able to say at least some of the same things about you. Because they've seen you. And they know who you are in your heart, and what kind of friend you are, and what kind of friendship you can produce. So just sit back, think about that. And if you got to reevaluate some friendships, if you got to cut some friendships, then cut them. I always pray to God and I ask him, who's meant to be in my life is going to be in my life. Can you please put people in my life that are good for me? And the friendships that I've had recently and here lately are people that can show me something and teach me something that I didn't already know. Whether it be how to be a friend, how to be, like, I can look at their lives and see, hey, I can pick something up from them. I can learn something from them that's going to better me. And it doesn't always have to be somebody that's bettering you. It can be a friendship where you're offering up support and betterment of their lives. But friendship is an important relationships in our lives. And I believe that that's something to sit back and ponder on. Think about it, reevaluate it, have those hard conversations. And for any type of relationship to thrive, we have to have hard conversations. And if we can't do that with our friends, then we might not need to have those people in our lives. But for me, I've had people that were like, if people only knew how mean you really were, or I don't want to be your friend anymore, or they just stopped talking to me. But then they come back. You have those friends as well. They're repeat friends, I would like to call them. And whether it be because they need something from you, or because they miss you and your personality, like, you don't want a continuous cycle of repeat friends. Like, what is your end goal here? What are you looking for? What made you come back? What made you come back this time? What made you come back last time? It's up to you on whether you want to continue to feed those type of friendships. They're not going to always be good for you. Hopefully that individual has grown as well as you've grown in your time apart. But if not, hey friend, we've been friends on this off and on friendship cycle for a long time, and I'm ready to get off this train. It does me no benefit, and I hurt every time in the end. And that's no fun. You don't want to hurt anyone like that and continuously, and you don't want anyone to hurt you. So friendships, do we have friends? Can I say I truly have some friends? And if so, how many? But if you do have good friends, number one, thank the Lord for those individuals. Number two, thank them for being a friend. Now, it's not always easy to be a friend to Erika. Sometimes I'm emotional. Sometimes I don't want anything to do with anybody and I just seclude myself. Sometimes I'm the best friend on the planet. But friendships require consistency as well. And I try to be consistent, especially here lately. If there's if I'm in one of those cycles where I'm sad, especially during the winter time, I don't want anything to do with pretty much anybody, even myself. You have to be able to convey that to those people that mean something to you. And a real friend is going to understand that. And you don't want a friendship where someone's going to put you down. They're going to make you feel bad about yourself and who you are and how you operate and how your brain is wired. You don't want those type of friends. You don't want friends that's going to use you and get what they can out of you. Oh, I'll just ask her or I'll just ask him just because I know they're going to do it. They don't have any problem. You have to put yourself in their shoes. You don't know what people are going through or how they're feeling. Sometimes people just need your presence. Sometimes you just need other people's presence as a friend. So, go out there, analyze, see if you have any friends, see if they're friends you need to thank, see if there are friends that you need to get rid of, friends that you need to have a conversation with. But more importantly, what do you offer up in a friendship? Think about that as well. All right. Friends. Friendship. Over 20 of them. All right. Thank you so much for joining another episode of A Word with Erika. You regular individuals, have a beautiful day.